old bummy bagging in. Never lost a lot, can't your mom die having shit. I was young, playing, living so young, getting rich with my own crib, about 3 ribs having.
Batter Up, that's number 3. I mean, you know, out of my BM so far, number 3 is real interesting. Not like drama wise like that, not craziness wise, just how I met her, you know. After dealing with Farrah Fawcett high on cocaine, because you know I didn't really say that, you know, in part 2, Farrah Fawcett was real easy on the eyes. You know, she did have that, you know. So, anyways, number 3, Batter Up. She wasn't too easy on the eyes. But one thing that did catch my eyes was she had a tramp stamp, and it said "Batter Up," and that's what got me reeled in. I ain't gonna stunt. I met her while I was on a job. Crazy but true story. My relative that came down from the West Coast, he had needed a job, place to stay. So I was like, you know, 1,000 shit. I get you a job I'll get you a job. Come stay with me. Stack up, do your own thing. Just simple plan. So, as soon as he touched down, got off the Greyhound, picked him up, got him a job that day. Now, super perks to it is, he gets to work with me for 2 weeks. I got to train him in for the type of job. Was doing installs for at the time would have been Comcast Communications. So they's like, you could train them in, after that. So cool. So like, second week into training, we out on the job, and we meet 2 roommates, 2 girls, right? I ain't gonna say their names, but we're gonna say Batter Up. They know who they are. So we bumped these 2 females, you know. The other one, you know, my cousin was after. You know, another one I wasn't really feeling because her roommate looked better than she looked. But they both wasn't up my speed. But my cousin, he's new in town. You know, he's trying to find something to crush up on. So I'm like, okay, whatever. They exchanged numbers. Think nothing of it. Then after a week or so, he tells me, hey, cousin, let's go check out them 2 girls we met at the job that one day doing the install. I said, well, shit, man. I'm cool on the one girl, man. She like the ugly duckling, man. I'm cool, man. But, you know, since you don't know nobody out here, you trying to get to know people, I'll ride with you, you know what I mean? So we pull up on them, you know what I mean? Like I said, they was roommates, but they was different type of roommates. They like share like a 1-bedroom apartment. So I'm like, look, man, for you to have your little one-on-one quality time with old girl, I'll just take the other girl down to Applebee's right down the street. And just chill there while you figure out what you're going to do. He'll be back when you're ready to come back and swoop you up, whatever. So me and Batter Up go to Applebee's like 2, 3 in the morning. Now, I'm not trying to be seen because, I mean, I'm not even there trying to really dig on her like that. So we kind of like on a, I don't know, a sporadic date type thing. I wouldn't even call it a date because she didn't want no food, so I got some food. And it's kind of like just awkward. As we sitting there kind of like with a little bit of conversation, not too much, 3 of my homeboys walk through. And they see me, they like, man, what you doing up in here? So I'm like, what y'all doing up in here, you know? And the next day, man, I couldn't, man, they wouldn't let me hear the end of it, man. They like, man, what was you doing with that, man? As you wasn't trying to be seen, I'm like, yeah, man, exactly, I wasn't trying to be seen. I explained the whole situation to them what it was. They understood. They like, okay, we get it. So then, but that night, you know what I'm saying? We did dip off, messed around, did some, whatever. Kind of like belly warmer. I wasn't really tripping because I'm dealing with getting off the last situation I was dealing with. So I'm like, man, I just need just a butt, what they call a belly warmer, a bust down, you know? And equally, she was cool with it. She was like, man, I'm not looking for a relationship, but we could just be on this. Okay, cool. So then, after about a month, my cousin went back to the Cali and shit. He didn't want to stay because, whatever different shit. He went back. Me and old girl kind of still chilled about a few more times. About third or fourth time we hook up. And condom break, whatever. And she gets pregnant. Now, she didn't know she was pregnant until she went to the doctor to go get on the shot. Now, when she's at her appointment, they told her, like, look, you pregnant. Simple as that. And they hit her with this. Unprotected pregnancy is a planned pregnancy. And I'm like, dang, man, I should have. As soon as it broke, I should have just all stopped. So she tells me some straight up shit like 1,000. She like, you know what? It's either between you or this other dude. What? So I ain't gonna say his name. He was a buster to me, but she's like, yeah, it's between you and this other dude. So I was like, man, she said it so freely and just so cool. Like I knew there was another dude in play. Me and her did kick it a few times. Like even if I would have knew somebody else was in the play, I'm cool. I'd have probably kept the push and never messed with her one time. But it's the fact that she made it seem like she didn't have no churro to crush up on, nothing to just, you know what I mean? So, like, she alive, man. However, she tried to come correct with her lie. So then some months went by, and my daughter was born, but I didn't know at that time if it was going to be my kid or not. So one day, I'm coming home from work, check the mail, I get papers in the mail to go do a paternity test. At that time, I'm in a whole new relationship. Me and this girl's like going we're investing in each other type thing, like really digging each other. And then that girl that I'm with, she ended up being about 2.5 years later, baby mom number 4, like 2 years later. So it's kind of crazy that 3 and 4, my kids with 3 and 4 are close in age because of the encounters and how the situation happened. So like I took the paternity test. 6 weeks later, comes back 99.9% this your kid. Now the whole thing about that, I didn't know nothing about the bride. I didn't know one thing I did peep though, a few times we did kick with each other. She told me one time she was going to the 90s, gay 90s, and that gay 90s is a gay club in Minneapolis, and to each his own, whatever. She was going down there to kick it, so I did catch that she was going down there one time. I just didn't think nothing of it. So later on, when me and her do have a kid together, what comes next is this. She said, I'm opting out. I'm going to be with this girl. She was with a girl for like, I don't know, maybe from the time my daughter was maybe, I want to say 2 or 3 to when she was like 7 or 8. Because the whole time she was in this relationship with this girl, she didn't allow me to see my daughter. She played all kind of games. I mean, me and her went through it. She wanted me to sign my rights over, all kind of goofy stuff. She would go MIA, even though me and her had court order visitations. She didn't abide by none of that. She played all the games she wanted to play because she just wanted her way from start to finish. Well,